Welcome to the second half of our MOE UBSM Digital Education Agency Conference 2016. We are now going to our fifth paper for today. Our fifth paper Biometrics presenter is entitled How to Address the Research Challenge, which will be presented by Mr. Keith Thong, the Managing Director of University Bookstore Malaysia. Please welcome Mr. Keith Thong.
Hello. Hi, good afternoon. Do you actually have enough time for lunch? I think a lot of you haven't had enough time for lunch. And then it's such a beautiful location, right? So many of you have been taking photos, and still there are a lot of people still taking photos outside. But do enjoy the environment, it's a really nice place. Okay, what I want to do is that there's a lot of talk about the 21st century education framework of reference and such. But many of you may not know actually, you listen to a lot of these talks, but what is it actually? So I'm going to just take a few minutes just to share with you the background. But you can Google it, everything is on Google actually. Okay? Now, these are some of the things that you should know. Now this particular, what I call it, map is on the net. This is the foundations of the very first framework, how it comes about, alright, and what it does. Now normally for normal people or students as such, we look into the student outcomes. The student outcomes of life skill, core subjects, the learning of information and media, as well as innovation skills and stuff. Now the other one is the important part is the support systems. The support systems normally like government, alright, leaders of the country to do the planning. These are some of the things that you should know about the 21st century learning. Okay? Now, one of the, for the student outcome, one of the very important things about content knowledge, the subjects that is really, really important, alright, that you should know that is a trend actually. And the other thing is that how does the subjects that you learn every day in school, all right, relates to life? How do you apply it on a global awareness scale, financial, economic, business, entrepreneurial skills, as well as civil literacy, health literacy, environmental literacy. So these are some of the examples. Now I'll give you a very simple case studies. Now, you go to school, you study English, you study world languages, you study arts, you study maths, economics, and so on and so forth. But how do you apply it to daily life? Now, I'll give an example. Think carefully. Now, recently, all right, there is a global phenomenon. The Chinese people, all of a sudden, they like to eat mutton, all right? But because the Chinese people like to eat mutton, all right, the uniform prices in Japan has increased a bit. But what's the link? How does it affect? How come the Chinese people like to eat mutton, the uniform prices in Japan increase? So people may be thinking, right? Anyone of you have an idea? Those of you who have been to the Maktab program have given this talk before, those don't tell the answer. But anyway, I'll just share with you now. Say, for example, who produces mutton? Normally Australia, New Zealand, right? A lot of mutton comes from Australia, New Zealand. Now when there's the economic side, when there's a high demand of mutton, what does it mean? People will produce more mutton, isn't it? Alright? So mutton price also will increase. But how does a sheep or mutton come about? People either produce the meat for mutton, or they produce the wool for uniform and clothes and stuff like that. So there will be a short supply of wool. So when there's a short supply of wool, what happens? Price goes up, right? So this is the economic explanation. But then the thing is that it's still not good enough, all right? Then you come with civil literacy, that means government policies, all right? Entrepreneurial literacy, that means people will, of course, produce something that make more money, all right? Then civil literacy is that government come up with more stringent rules that I want it to be CE compliant. I want a dye to be safe. I don't want people to wear a chemical reaction and such. All right. So which is why when government come up with more rules, they're going to put in more measures to make sure the quality is good. That will increase the cost again. All right. Health literacy. So health literacy is that, as I was saying, it's not corrosive. All right. And then what about environmental literacy? Yes, most of the school uniform in Japan is blue color. All right. And after that, you dye the uniform. All right. Are you going to throw in the river to pollute? No, you can't. You have to have a safe method of disposing the waste, which again, environmental literacy. So from the things that we learn about the subjects, it actually involves our daily life. So what happened with the love of mutton that the Chinese did? The price of uniform in Japan has increased about 10%. Whatever things happen in one location of the world, it will affect the other part of the world. Okay? So this is an example. Once the kids can think critically, they would have applied all these variables to their daily life. Alright, these are some of the important things like learning and innovation skills, alright, critical thinking, creative innovation, communication, collaboration. I can talk a long time about this, but I'm not going to go into that. Information literacy, media skills, ICT. Now, in the libraries, in the international schools, just went to a conference recently. One of the most demanded courses from my international school teachers is how to make videos, how to manage social media, and all these media information skills and literacy. So probably, if you want to plan ahead for next year, this is a topic to plan, all right? Because everybody needs this. Okay? Life skill. Yes, I have studied a lot, I've got a degree, I've got a certificate, but can I get a job? How do you get a job? How do you apply what you learn to make sure that you're employable? Okay. Now, this whole conference, now these are the things that you need, like content teams, learning innovation skills, information media, career life skills. Now, each of the speakers that has spoken or going to speak will touch on things that they do and how it falls into the category of 21st century learning. Okay? Stuff like this. And tomorrow, those of you who are coming back, David will actually go in detail on how we use this product that is given by Pusaka Negeri Sarawak free. Some of it is already free, some may be coming. Like say, for example, Best of Health. Like say, sometimes you say, oh, my mom have chronic diabetes, what do I do about it? You can read all about it, it's already given free to you. The whole article, what medicine, what are the common cure, what do you do, how do you attend to this? Or maybe my brother has high blood pressure, what do I do? Alright? There will be about 300 over common sickness. Could be your child just cannot sleep, cry, baby cry a lot. So everything you can get online instantly. Okay? So the other things about classroom of the future is augmented reality, virtual reality. Somebody will present about virtual reality afterwards. Alright, flexible tools. We have talked about this many times. Your phone is going to get more and more nippies. Alright? And then the things that maybe someday you can roll it out and put in your pocket. Alright? Personalization, like Dr. Chinichai has been sharing about e-books, where you can actually record your own voice rather than hearing other people's voice. 3D printing has been existing for some time, but they have gone through a next stage where you can print anything that is 3D. So rather than going on mass production or big scale production, you can actually print it and have a look at it first, see whether it's actually useful before you do the mass production. Okay? Then you have cloud computing, alright? Biometrics. Like say if I put a biometrics engine here, the system will actually zoom into every one of your eyes. Who is sleeping, who is not paying attention, we would actually know. Alright? And on my screen I say, oh, belakang tu, sedang tidur. Because the computer will actually capture you whether you're paying attention. The infrared will capture your body system, see whether you like the speaker or not. Alright? The hotspot in your system and such. So all these things are already here. Gesture-based learning, you don't need to actually touch anything. And game-based learning, like say one of the international schools has created a program for chemistry learning. All they need to do is like, they play the games. By the time Form 1 onwards, they play games. By the time they enter Form 3, Form 4, they do chemistry. They really know exactly what to do. it comes so easy, like acid is a warrior and alkaline is a warrior. When they fight, they clash, both will disintegrate. You know, so they have fun at the same time learning all the principles. Okay, then this is an example of a digital city, a learning content management system that's practiced in many universities or colleges or governments around the world. All right, and then there are social analytics as well in the systems that whatever you do, you work within a teacher's portal and stuff like that. There are Internet of Things, which basically somebody will present on Internet of Things. Psychometrics, like say sometimes you sit for a test, you can do a biometric test. You check your blood, you know your composite, whether you got any sickness, but how do I know what is going on in your brain? So we give you a psychometric test. Okay? Now, the thing is that how to address the research challenge of the 21st century, there are many ways of presenting this, but I'm going to use Britannica Online as an example to address these things on a real-life practical application example. Okay, inside Britannica there are many editions. There are library editions for state libraries, academic, school, image quest, pathway to science. Now the Pustaka Negeri Sarawak, you have actually the most advanced edition. The academic edition is free for all Sarawakians. Alright, tomorrow we'll go into detail how you get information from journals, from newspapers, from websites, from primary sources, and so on and so forth. Into details how to use it. Images are of course the images that is edited and approved for government and school use. Pathway to science is like, you talk about BLP, alright, the Draw Language Program, we talk about STEM. So these are all those content or product that address these things every day that most of you teachers in school or class, alright? There are e-books and so on. Now, a lot of people ask, why we have Google, alright? I give the one Bistari that I have Google. Just go Google lah, as such. But Google, there's so massive information. In fact, people say, oh, why do I subscribe Britannica when I have Google? Or Wikipedia for that matter, alright? But you have to note, nowadays our children don't have that much time. You learn it right the first time, you may not even have the opportunity to read the same thing second time. Okay? Now, the most important thing is that what you read is correct and the masuk system sekali like the first time. Let's say like Britannica, we have 4,000 experts and academics. Alright? We have 300 subject matter experts, and under each of them we have about 10 to 15 editors that memang pakar in that area of the studies. They're the one writing the content for you. Like in Wikipedia, they only have 23 employees. Everybody is volunteer. Sometimes some of our friends say that I'm super smart, but you know whether they are super smart. Anybody can put anything on the internet. And many people or many students, they thought everything on the internet is true. But now we know that there are so many spoof things may not be true actually. Alright, so there's an online program, library online, okay, academic online. I won't go in detail. These things, I will share all the slides, like say, all the speakers, the slides, the videos that we make. Okay, what we're going to do is that we're going to put on YouTube. Alright, so some of your friends may not be able to make it, they may have other conferences. You can actually log on to University Bookstore YouTube channel, and all our conferences and all the speakers who have spoken will be on YouTube. Alright, the Gamba that I've taken, probably later we'll get Pustaka to give us the pictures. We'll put your pictures on our Facebook as well. So either you go to University Bookstore, ubsm.com.my Facebook, or you can go to internationalschools.my Facebook. All this recording will be there actually. The slides and so on. Alright, pre-K to 12, some of this, school online. Okay. Now the other thing is that due to the limitation of time, like those of you who come from the private school, say you're doing the UK syllabus, you're doing IGCSE. Now the database that is designed at this present moment map exactly to your syllabus. Like say if you're doing IGCSE, we'll give you the UK website or the UK database. That means say I'm doing ANTS in Standard 4, alright? By the time I finish my class in ANTS, I go into the UK curriculum, all the content that is mapped to this class I'm doing in ANTS, whether the ANTS life cycle, the videos, the pictures that I can cut and paste, the articles, the website, the newspapers, and so on and so on, talk about ANTS, everything is like a very raksasa, very huge database of information come to me, and I as a student choose how I want to see ants, and how to present it, and how I want to record it actually. At my own time, all right, what we are saying now is that on demand. When I want it now. Those days we become teachers, we can say that, oh, that's a fantastic question, I'll tell you tomorrow. But the kids will say, no need, Chaigu, I'll tell you now. They just on it, because the Saka has it, they just tell the answer now. Okay? So this is the curriculum mapping. Like in US, there are 50 states. Like Malaysia and UK, we have one curriculum for the whole country. Like in US, 50 curriculum for 50 states. So depending on which state you're in, we give you the curriculum that's back to your state. Okay? Now, these are some of the things you look out for when you're using a database. Is it updated? All right, it must be updated so that it's current. And who wrote it has to be an expert. All right, editorial work doesn't mean that your grammar and spelling is correct. Editorial work means that each and every factor must be tepat and jitu. All right, editor's time very contrite, neutral, and biased. All right, it has to be in a safe environment, no advertisements, so that the kids do not like say, wow, you look at a pop idol, you want to study something, but you totally forgotten what you studied. You go to the pop idol in some Korean movie guy or something like that really. So you don't want them to be distracted, no advertisement. And one thing is the internet safety. Grooming is a very big issue in the Western world. Alright? Because a lot of very, very bad people pretend to be your little girl's friend, but there are some naughty fellow somewhere else who try to do something that's not good. And we parents, if anything happens to our kids, we will never ever forgive ourselves for the rest of the life. Alright? So the content must be structured, must be good, must be organized. The thing is that nowadays, children don't sleep. There's always been a lot of proposals that you say, can we start work later? Because everybody at night don't sleep. Morning, young people a lot cannot wake up. Nowadays, you hire people also, it's like, many of them ask for flexi timing and so on. So that means learning patterns also, if I have the inspiration to learn at 11 p.m. or 2 a.m., I learn at the time, alright? That's where I have the inspiration. That's when I feel that my mind can absorb. So at any time they can actually learn. Alright? The primary resources and origin article. What does it mean? That means sometimes you may read, okay, who is the first one to talk about this topic? The first source of article, the first primary resource, rather than many of the articles in Chema already, people write it over and over again and many versions. So go back to the first original article, like just now the P21, the framework for 21. That is the original article that has been written, and all the other things sprout up from there actually. So they give you the original primary articles. Then editorial, you have a literacy skill or media skill, basically video, images, news behind the news. Like say sometimes you watch the news, but I still need to know more about this piece of news that I read, this 1-2 paragraph. You go behind the news, how the news actually happened, who wrote it, what happens, what's the background of this news before reading the news, so that you can faham the whole thing. Because sometimes you follow the US election, sometimes you also, what the heck is it? Is our system all verbatim? You go behind the news and find out how is it like. Then as I said, curriculum mapping. And many times, like say, sometimes you read something, I give you articles, I give you news, I give you videos, but you still want to know more. Like say inside Britannica, there are hundreds or thousands of websites. So you search that topic, they maybe recommend you to another 20, 30 or 80 websites for you to read more about it if you still really want to do more or you want to research on that program. Okay? ImageQuest is like, sometimes people say Google image is free, but why do you use ImageQuest? Now ImageQuest is done by the 50 largest image houses in the world. Like National Geographic, like Getty Image, like CNN, like Dorling Kingsley, and all these images. And all these images is appropriate. Like say we always like to use the example, like say sometimes some images are not appropriate for government use or school use. Like those few years back, the year of the rabbit. Then you want to do a card about the year of the rabbit. So when people key in rabbit, all the Playboy photos come out. You cannot do that when you're in the school environment or especially the Islamic community. See? So all the images must be authenticated. Alright, okay, like say for example, you want to do an article about Malaysia, write about why you love your country and so on and so forth. You find really beautiful images for yourself to do an article, to do a birthday card, and so on and so forth. Alright? All edited, and even images, articles, everything that you find on Britannica, you can just cite it using the full citation method. Alright? Pathway to science, this is like, say, for STEM learning. Alright? We won't have time to go through. Okay, now give you a case study on some of the international schools. The common thing that they face of challenges in an international school, and what the students do. As I said, students always go to Google first thing. Alright? But does it help them? Say for example, ancient Egypt is studied in Standard 4, Standard 5. When you key in ancient Egypt, how many articles come up? 16,700,000 articles. What to watch? Alright? Nowadays, kids don't have that much time. I was just sharing about in international school trend. You know what is the attention span of kids these days? Age plus 2. What does it mean? Say if your child is 5 years old, alright, the attention span is only 7 minutes. 5 years plus 2 minutes. If your child is 12 years old, the attention span is only 14 minutes. Why do we have this session where we only have 30 minutes, 25 minutes talk and 30 minutes maximum? It's because adult attention span is only 25 minutes. If you check up panjang lebar for another hour or two, but 25 minutes I lose all of you already. Alright? Okay, so with that, like say in Britannica, say I'm in primary school in foundation, I've checked ancient Egypt, I have about 100 over articles that menstrucopy for small kids. Alright? Now if I'm in secondary school, I have about 200 over articles. Alright, for secondary school, I can choose to learn using images, video, dictionary, journals, best website, and so on and so forth, depending on genre and provide that you like to learn using. Now, if you are in the Form 6 level, they probably have another 500 over articles. So it's very structured, it's very focused. You want to learn something, you go straight to the point, you learn that, you get it, and you perform. Okay? Now, images. The things that inside Britannica images, just on ancient Egypt, there's 14,000 images that can be used. Alright? Now that can be cited, okay? Rather than millions of images that a lot of it may not be. It could be a bar that is called ancient Egypt. Alright? It's not suitable, right? Now the second challenge is that, okay, whatever you do, does the article or the image actually has academic integrity? Where do you get the picture? Who say that? Alright? It's citation. Now, in the international school, by the time you're standard 3 or standard 4, whatever you do, whatever article you lift, you have to cite it. Or else they'll say that it's lifting. That means you jury. You see what happened, like say over the past few years in the university, is that a lot of theses that which students do actually, they say, this is, they put the Cobra system or Turnitin system, say, this one churi. Even a lot of professors' own article is churi. You cannot do that actually, because the thing is that it's not the original article. Now they have software that's so powerful that once you check it, you know whether the article is from you or not from you. So when you do that, basically each and every article that you read or you do since your primary school, you have to do citation. Whether it's MLA, APA, Harvard College, Chicago Manual stuff. MLA is very common use in the school, but in libraries, I think a lot of you use APA. Some of you actually use the APA, some of you actually use Harvard, and some maybe Chicago, depending on the industry that you're in. Alright? Okay, so basically any article that you read, you can explain what citation you want to use, depending on who is the audience. Alright? Then secondly is that you can save, you can store, whatever you have ever learned before, you can actually put inside a system, alright, to be stored. So that, like say for example, we do have a storage where whatever you have seen and learned. Say for example, if my wife is a teacher in school, alright, but she knows that we've been trying for a baby for a long time, okay? But then the thing is that, during the time that I'm going for my maternity leave, my student will not be happy because it's near the exam time and do revision and so on. So what I can do is that I can save all the lessons, all the videos, all the things into my storage for this class or that class or another class. by the time I go off or I go on a holiday, I can, from the hospital or from wherever I can actually deploy all the classes, lessons to my students online. Alright? Or if I read an article that's great, I just email it and tell my students, read this article before you come to my class. Or I can Facebook it before I come to the class. Okay? So this is an overview of what Britannica has. In fact, a lot of databases that you see, these are some of the basic prerequisites that does have, alright, to deploy the school database. Okay, this is me and my contact. If you have any questions, do let us know, okay? And the things that do come for tomorrow's lesson, because you will get to get hands-on into all these database that you have. Any questions from you guys? No? We all Asian tend to be very shy. Just now when I come in at time, I told the people sitting at the back, the first question I ask people at the back. Because you see, just like any conferences, people come early to sit at the back. Even in churches also, people come early just to sit at the back. As such. So if there's no question, thank you so much for your attention and thank you for coming. We hope you'll still stay awake.
Thank you, Mr. Kim, for the interesting info sharing.